Let me get set up real quick. Try not to make no noise, being that it's 4 o'clock in the morning. So I have the mic leaned down towards the sneaker cam. Sneaker cam. All right, let's get it. We throwing some music, little beats. Caveman, what up? Move my mic real quick. Let's move the mic real quick for Caveman. Caveman, what up? I'm over here trying to whisper. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's been a little minute since I've been on here, man. Life has been happening. Not to me, actually. I'm blessed, man. I'm good. But for everybody else, man, things have been a little rough. So I've been there for a lot of other people and kind of pulled me away from the channel a little bit. So hopefully I'm back. Hopefully I'm back. Good morning, fam. Good morning. Let me get set up real quick, man. I'm going to clean up some kicks. Try to get back into the groove of things. Went to a wedding over the weekend, man. It was a beautiful wedding. Let me get set up real quick. Give me a sec here. I gotta get some equipment out. For the most part, I should have what I need. Yes, sir. Doing it big in the South Bronx. I feel you. 6 in the morning. How's the temperature been in New York? Alright, should be good to go. I'll move my mic back down. Clean up some kicks. Yo, have you copped anything recently? Let me tell you something. I haven't copped nothing. Last week I was interested to grab those I didn't get them. I was interested in getting those the Jordan 5 soft pinks. And then after I seen Weird Tester's review on them, it kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it turned me off a little bit. I still want the kick, but I guess I'm gonna wait to get a juicy deal on them now. Is that Tierra? Tierra, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for tapping in. What up to everybody who's tapped in? I'm cleaning some kicks. Let me bring up the kick cam. I'm trying a different view. So if this view don't work, I normally do like a little overhead point down view, but if this view don't look good, I'm gonna end up going back. King Midas in the build. What up, King? Been a little minute, man. I miss y'all. I ain't been on here in a couple of days. I've been pull some kicks up, man. Stop all this yapping. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. What am I yapping for? What are you yapping for? True and the big. What up, True? What's good with y'all? I've been missing y'all, man. Kind of feel y'all in, man. Life has been happening, man. I mean, like I said, I'm good. I'm blessed on this end. I'm not gonna hold you. But I just kind of been there for a lot of other people, and it pulled me away from the channel, man. Just dealing with some real life stuff, man. People, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this holidays, you know, they say holiday season is it's kind of rough on relationships, man. And a few people around me been having some tough relationship issues, and just kind of been there for them. But I'm good. I'm telling you right now, I'm good. I'm gonna minimize myself, man. I'm trying a different angle, so we'll see. We'll see how this works. I got a chance to rock. So I went to a wedding this weekend. Of course, I had to wear some dress shoes, and I hate. Man, let me tell you this real quick. When I dress up, everyone always tells me, "Oh, you clean up really nice. You look really nice in a suit." I hate wearing suits. It ain't my thing. It's a suit and tie, be all dipped. I hate it. It's not my style. It never has been. Like, I'd rather have some J's on my feet. I had dress shoes on, man. My feet was killing me. That was on Sunday. I had a wedding. So after church, we went to a wedding. Pastor's daughter got married, man. I'm so happy for them, right? So happy for her and her husband and everything. But then on Saturday, I worked this armed security deal, and the Google Dolls and Neil Diamond was there, and don't nobody know who they are. Don't nobody young know who they are. But anyway, I was in these dress shoes. I had to wear a suit for that. We looked like the men in black. I had to wear a black suit with a black tie and a white shirt, right? Earpieces and all that crap. And my dogs, man, whatever. I don't like wearing suits. That's the final answer. That's it. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't like wearing suits. I don't even want to talk about it. The caveman said relationships ain't even worth it no more. It's transactional. Man, let me speak on that real quick. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're more in tune to what's happening right now when it comes to relationships. The main person I've been helping out with his relationship, he's not married, so that's number one. He has a child, obviously, with his woman, but they're not married. And man, he's younger than I am. He's in his 30s. He's like 32. My advice, I mean, maybe I'm talking more to the men than the women, but I guess it works both ways. Gosh, just be careful on who you plant seed with. I don't have an easier way to say it. Be careful with who you decide to plant seed with. There's some great philosophers named Bell Biv DeVoe. They had a song called Poison. Maybe you heard of it, maybe you haven't. I know all of the old heads haven't, but for you younger people, these philosophers said, you never trust a big butt and a smile. Now, for a lot of men, a big butt is their weakness. Up top, pretty face, down bottom, and that's it. It's go time for a lot of us men. It's more than that. I'm joking by calling them philosophers, but if you really think about it, catches a lot of us up. So, we'll leave that there. Man, let's clean some kicks. Hard facts. Oof. Catch us up. I had a chance to break out my pine greens. Look, I'm not liking this angle already. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm trying something different, and I'm not even liking it. Wore these to the barbershop, so I actually got hair. You see hair on here. Or whatever. Get started with a little brush. I'm gonna move the mic down. I'm gonna stop talking so much. Let's clean up some kicks. The internet ruined relationships because now instead of working through problems, people just Google how to know if you're dating a narcissist after one argument. Yo, King, I can actually agree with that. That's the crazy part. The internet is really as dangerous as, I guess, as one might make it, right? I talk to a lot of older people and they're like, I don't do the Facebook and I don't do the social medias or whatever. It's almost like Chat GPT. If you ask it the right questions, it can be beneficial, but if you ask it the right questions, it could be detrimental as well, right? So you remember the old school marriages, man? I mean, like, one of the even though this couple that I was helping out this past couple of days, even though they're not married, I find myself, when it comes to relationships, my wife and I have been through a significant amount of problems, man. I mean, just a significant amount of problems. And when it comes to relationships, I'm going to speak on marriage just a little bit. Marriage, I believe marriage is something that's ordained by God. I believe that marriage is a covenant that's supposed to take a lot to be broken when it comes to marriage in particular. If you listen to like the westernized, like our modern day vows, there's some key elements into there. I'm gonna look right into the camera when I say this. There's some key elements when it comes to marriage. And you can really implement this in any relationship. You can implement this when it comes to family. You can implement this when it comes to friends. But there's some key things that they say. And I'm talking about, like, in theory, when it comes to marriage, our bond is supposed to be so tight. It talks about sickness and in health. So we're talking about when you got the best body of your life, all the way down to stage 4 cancer, and you laying in the bed, man, and you about to transition. But your significant other is going to be holding your hand by your, standing, sitting there by your side throughout both of those stages. Seeing you on the top, seeing you on the bottom, been with you in the middle and everywhere in between. Richer or for poor. So it's not about the transactions, man. It's somebody having your back, thick or thin, rich or poor, sickness, health. And this bond is supposed to be so tight to where there's only one thing that can separate us. And it's not my credit score. It's not how many teeth I got in my mouth. It's not my hairline. It's not how many muscles I have. It's not what car I drive, what house I live in. It's how many shoes I got. It's none of that. It's none of that. All that stuff fades away, man. This stuff comes and goes like the wind. Like, literally, everything comes and goes like the wind. There's supposed to be one thing that can separate us, and it's death. One of us got to go. It's the only way I'm leaving your side. You will have to die. I will have to die. That's how serious this bond is so tight. One of us got to go. Until death do us apart. Not some big booty on IG. Not a pair of sneakers. I keep saying sneakers only because I'm a sneaker channel. I mean, clearly I don't got nothing against it. But no matter what it is, ain't nothing supposed to come between us. Not Call of Duty. Not the... Watch this, y'all. Watch this. And I'm speaking spiritually. Not even your children. Like, you really have to understand, the whole point behind it is the Bible says that the two shall become one. And the reason why it says that, we're talking the two shall become one. Now, in today's culture, whatever, man is marrying man and woman is marrying a woman, or whatever the case is. You do whatever you want to do, right? Not my style, but you do what you want to do, whatever. But my whole point is, you're not even supposed to let the children come between you. And the reason why is, and don't get me wrong, I love my kids. I lost a child, so it doesn't. I love my kids, but my whole point is, my kids are eventually gonna move out of this house and get their own relationships and do their own thing and get married, hopefully, and have their own kids and all that other stuff too. And this is the reason why you're not even supposed to even put your kids over your significant other. This is the reason why. Not over them. They're part of it, but you don't put them over your wife or your husband. You don't. All right, y'all. my bad. All right. That's enough. You know how I am. I get talking and I ain't gonna clean the doggone thing. Let's clean some kicks, man. I need my eraser. I don't know what my eraser is. Like I said, I'm not tuned into them streets, man. What are y'all noticing in relationships nowadays? Are people giving up too quick? I had a chance to rock my pine greens a couple of days ago. Like these SPs, they're comfortable. Man, they're comfortable. I find myself wearing the navies way more than I wear the pine greens. Yo, I yo, true swag. Honestly, I need to get a camera, fam. I'm using my iPhone 14, so like for all of my videos, I do not have a camera, like an actual camera. I use an iPhone literally for everything that I do. And the only reason why I haven't converted over to a camera is because of how convenient it is for me to make a video, save it to my photos, and I can upload it kind of like instantly. That's the only reason why I use a phone. So I've even been thinking about even getting another phone. So I have a YouTube phone. My iPhone 14, I got that only for YouTube videos. Of course, it's an active number. I don't even know the phone number to it because I rarely use it to talk on. But what camera do you use? Do you have a camera? That's actually looking pretty good. I'm not gonna put any suede butter on it. I don't really think I need it. It's looking pretty good. Okay, use a Canon 80D or a GoPro. I've been thinking about a GoPro. If I can get like a stabilizer, I've been thinking about grabbing a GoPro. I want to start doing like some other things, man. Got some ideas for some other channels. I was talking to Jay Elevate earlier, and I got a few channel ideas. Once I get this channel monetized, I'm gonna start doing some other stuff. I'm gonna wipe them down. I'm gonna work on the suede part first. And let me get the other one. If anybody new who's tapped in, first let me tell you good morning and welcome, man. Just welcome. How's life treating you? What's the last thing y'all copped? I haven't copped a kick in a minute. I wanted those fives, those anniversary, those pink, soft pink fives. Then I saw Red Tester's review on them, but she didn't have a bad review at all. But he was mentioning how that 3M printing is gonna crumble up and look bad, and I was like, dang, I was really looking forward to them joints. So I didn't get them. I'll end up copping them on a juicy deal. Y'all know when I get a juicy deal, that's just me hitting my people that work at Nike and tapping that swoosh account. But I ain't paying no retail on those. You bet your bottom dollar on that one. I ain't doing it. Not for a kick that's gonna crumble. Just gonna hit this with an eraser. My computer's off to the side, so I might be missing a couple of comments. It was good. Everybody who's tapped in. Good. Do it to where y'all can see it. Dry clean, I'm just hitting it with an eraser. You can get suede and nubuck wet if you have to. You got stains in there, you can definitely put some solution on it. I like to start dry. Pause. But I like to start dry and then go wet. That make any sense? I'll go wet if I have to. Other than that, suede nubuck, I like to do a dry clean first. True Swag said, I seen that. It made me not want them. Yeah, same here. But I'm still going to cop them. Like I said, I'm just going to cop those things. Oh, why this camera? So I got a webcam that I'm using for the main one. And because it's AI, you give it the thumbs up or something like that. And it's, I don't know, it's zoomed in and all that other nonsense. Then when you give it the stop sign, it zooms out. Whatever. Yeah, I'm still gonna pick up those soft pinks, but I really wanted to put them on feet. And you know, before I had seen that video, I was literally sitting here saying I prefer. It's only because I don't rock pink like that, right? It's just a personal thing. Like I just don't wear pink like that. So the Awake Fives, you know, I got them joints. And it's a nice kick. The leather, the quality, everything, man, is on point. The presentation, whole 9 yards. It's just real heavy on the pink. It's a pink shoe. And I don't be rocking pink like that. So I was like, when I saw these soft pinks, 35th anniversaries, I was like, yo, I'd actually rock these joints. I would. It's not overwhelming with pink. And then the mere reason of me liking the kick, which is the 3M, I was like, yo, that's dope. That's dope. Then I'm like, oh man, that sucks. The same reason why I like the kick is the reason why I didn't pick it up yet. So, whatever. Same reason, True Swag. It's the same story for me too, bro. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do with these joints. I'm still gonna clean the leather on here. I want to hit that suede up. But instead of me putting a brush on this, I'm not gonna put a brush on it. I'm just gonna put a damp rag and just kind of clean it that way. The leather on here isn't that bad. I literally only wore these once, like whatever day it was last week. Only wore them once. Wore them for a few hours, but I only wore them once. So they really, I went and got a haircut with these on. Then my little silly butt went and got another little lineup just for the wedding. So I had on the Rare Air 1s, I believe, for that lineup. Let me come back to these SBs real quick. Yeah, I got hair in these too. Took these to the barber shop as well. Alright, let's get some. You know what? Before I get this brush, whatever. I got more brushes. So this would be my dry brush. I'll use that as dry, and I'll get this one wet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but D'Angelo, R&B singer, passed away yesterday. 51 years old, man, young. You know, when I was younger, it's funny how like my old meter. Yeah, I call it my old meter. You know, when I was young, man, I thought 25 was old. You know, so the older I get, the older my old meter becomes. Being that I'm 45 years old, you know, 60 is not even old anymore. Like to me, you're older, you know, at 45, to me, you're older when you're in your 70s. At least you're older. For sure, but 51, man, that's young, bro. I was talking to Jay Elevate earlier. Yeah. I was talking to Jay Elevate earlier on the phone, and hey, stop. See, you see the power of AI? I know, maybe it's looking at my mic thinking that I'm telling it to zoom in. All right, one more time. said 75 to 80 is old. I just call us old at 40s plus. Yeah, hard facts. Yeah. I don't think we're old at all. I I will admit this though. Hitting 40 years old has been a transition, like body wise. I'm a mover. I got a moving company out here, so I'm in decent shape. You know, I don't have any health issues, all that good stuff. I found myself wearing glasses now though. Before I used to have 20/20 vision. I guess I have a prescription that's so light I don't even need to add it onto my license. But I'm nearsighted, which means that I'm starting to have a problem seeing things far away. So up front, I don't need reading glasses or anything like that. Like I'm not looking at my computer screen like making that old man or old woman face. You know that face, David? you know, Shout out to all of my Jamaicans. You know how Jamaicans be making that face? They're like, go on, star. What you say, eh? What you do? Eh? I'm definitely not there, but I do not think 40s is old. However, I will tell you this. I'm younger mentally than what I am physically, if that makes sense. Like in my mind, like up here, I could do anything up here. But my body's like, yeah, player, you might want to stretch first, though. That's Q in the build. What up, Q? How you doing? Oh, nice. You about to go do a part-time. Just tapping in real quick. I appreciate you, Q. It's been a little minute since I've been up on here. I was kind of sharing with the people. Life has been doing this thing. We're blessed and I'm good on my end. Here in my household, I mean, we're good. It's, other people been going through some relationship stuff, so I haven't been able to get online. I've just been handling some stuff. You said, me too, bro. I had the same. Now I can't see. As far as for the stigmatism. Sticky Tyler in the building. What up, fam? What up? Yeah. Yep. It's kind of that's that age thing right there. You know what I mean? That's that father time, man. It catches up. But I'm still very extremely physical. So I'm very active, and like I said, I can't complain. I can't complain at all. I really can't complain, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, now, at one point, I did pack on some pounds, and for those of y'all that's been tapped in with me, right now, I just weighed myself yesterday. I'm at 242 pounds. Sorry, I had to burp. To put that into a perspective, I am 6'3", by the way, so it's not like I'm like 5'2" and 240. But I was 270, and this 270 is that's just too much for me. My knees, and feet hurting, and ankles and knees and lower back and all that stuff. Y'all know what happens there. So now that I dropped off these pounds, man, I feel great. Like I feel great. I feel good. Let me see. I had that gimbal from TikTok that track your face or object while moving. Is that what you're using? So this is actually just like a 2K webcam. At the time I got it, which was kind of a little while ago, they sold out of the 4K. Now they got like 8K. But I'm just using like a webcam that has some AI functions to it, so it's stable. I know it followed, it moved me, but there's a few hand gestures that I think if I give it the thumbs up, it zooms in, and then when I give it the stop sign, it stops. It's either the thumbs up or the okay. It could be the okay sign. And now it's gonna make me look silly. That's what it do. And now it makes me look like an idiot. The moment I try to show it off, you see, glad I'm not doing a product review. I wore these 2 times last week. They're not really that dirty, but why not? I wore them, I'm cleaning them. They're not dirty at all, to be honest with you. You know what? I did see on the right foot, You know, I got that driver's foot. It's not this one, it's the other one. So I'm gonna clean that up because I did see that. Yo, Tyler, that's funny you mentioned that. I was just talking about it. He said, "Did you end up copping those 3M Jordan 5s? They're in my cart on Nike app right now. Should I pull the trigger on them? They starting to sell out." Nah, man. Ever since I watched Wear Tester's video on them, I didn't pull the trigger on them on release day. You know, when he mentioned that 3M was gonna crumble up on you. However, I still like the shoe. I'm still gonna get it, but now I'm waiting on my Nike Connect, man, to grab a juicy deal on those. You know, see if she can get me underneath her swoosh account. But I definitely I like them. I still like the shoe, but I want to put them on foot, and you know, I don't want to pay retail if they're not gonna look good after the first time you wear them. I'm still gonna cop them, but I definitely don't want to pay retail for that. I'll cop it for below retail if I can. So I'm waiting to. I'm gonna hit her up. You're not gonna be able to catch it on camera, which is the usual thing that I say, but just right here where I'm pointing at, just right there, you see that driver's foot. Camera's probably not catching it. Actually, you can see it. That's just from driving. You'll know what happens when you're driving and your foot's like this, switching between the gas and the brake. That's the part that's hitting your carpet, and that tends to get dirty right there. So I'm gonna clean that up. Let me tell you what I normally do. I've been driving my wife's car recently, but I just put a freaking towel down on the floor on the mat, because it don't really matter how clean you know it's where feet go, so it's gonna get dirty. But y'all can see that there. All right, let me clean that up real quick. Nice. I know Sneaker Tyler has the South Beach colorway as well. It said the last shoe I copped was the LeBron 23 South Beach colorway. That's what's up. I know Sneaker Tyler has that. He said he's gonna watch that video real quick. That's right. Show True Swag TV some love. Said before that I bought the LeBron 23 Gold Uncharted. I sold that on StockX for $575. That shoe's up 800 plus. Yo, that's still a good cop and good flip right there, fam. Congrats on that. Congrats. Yeah, look. That's actually would be a LeBron that I would cop. I think I like the presentation on it and all that stuff. For retail, yeah, I definitely would have copped that. I only wore these like 2 times last week, so they weren't even really that dirty. But I did get that mark taken care of there. It didn't take much. It usually don't. But it's all good now. I actually think with this angle, you can see a little more detail than usual. All right, those are good. Now that I got this towel is somewhat damp, let me clean one more pair of shoes with it, and then I'm gonna put this damp towel on those SBs, those Pine SBs. I couldn't get enough of my Jordan 11s, man. I couldn't get enough. I wore them again. This will be easy, but I broke down and wore them again. I did. I'm looking forward to those gammas. All of my 11 fans out there, how you feel about those gammas? I'm looking forward to them joints. Yo, Mook in the build. What up, Mook? And these joints is old. I got a few pairs of these. I'll be forgetting which pair this is. This is my 2012 pair. Not bad for a 2012 cake. I've had these joints for a hot minute. Said he didn't get a pair of these till he's 40. Yeah, I like these so much. I doubled up on them. I gotta find my other pair. They're around here. I keep them pretty close. But yeah, I doubled up on these joints. For sure. And it's also cool to know that I put this in the video. I don't remember what year my other pair is. I can grab them and look at them, but the Jumpman is reversed on it. So the Jumpman is literally facing the other way on that other year. It's cool little fact. I made a video about that. So y'all, yeah, like I said, y'all can kind of see that wear right there. Still in pretty good shape. Take care of them. Y'all know I'll be cleaning my kicks. now that this towel is nice and damp. Now that this towel is nice and damp. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm just gonna use the wet towel when he's at speech and just try to spot clean it. Now that I got tends to get, you know what tends to get nice and dirty? Is the air bubble. The whole air unit. Right in the inside there tends to get nice and dirty. Black and white's his favorite colorway. Hard facts, whether we're talking about Chicago colorway or breads, I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Classics. Yo, I've talked about this. I never made a video about it, but y'all know I love the tab, the back tab. I love the back tab on these joints, right? But I will tell you right now, even the tab that's on the navies is softer. It's literally softer than this, and this is like the king soft right here before the navies came out. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. Shout out to everyone who has hit that. Everybody who hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Wore my black cats to church on Sunday. This is another shoe that I know people wasn't feeling. I know people weren't feeling these black cat threes. I wear these a lot. These are definitely in my rotation. I never really got to do much to them, but really just dry brush them, get the length off or whatever. That's typically all I need to do with these. Wipe down the patent leather with a damp towel, and that's pretty much it. Don't take much. You can see the length on there. I mean, that's what these shoes typically do. Other than that, they're going to be good. Knock the dust off that thing. Johnny in the build. What up, Johnny? It's going on 70. Yeah, true swag, man. Are you working this morning? If not, you got to get some rest. It's time to lay it down, man. You got to let the mind get a little break. I feel you on that. Johnny said, I want them, but I can't bring myself to pay the resale price. Are you referring to the Bread 11s or the Pine Greens? I haven't worn my pair yet. You probably haven't worn the Black Hat 3s. And it's funny because these things sat for like a hot minute. They did. Love these though. Oh, that's just up. Yeah, I'll take my son to school and come back to the go when I want. Yeah, that's what's up, fam. Congrats on that. That's dope. So, because lawn is seasonal, do you do any type of like? Well, no, you don't do no snow removal. You're well, do you do any type of snow removal or whatever the case is when lawn season kind of fades away a little bit? I know that's common in that field, depending on where you at. Oh, no snow. Oh, nice, nice. I feel you. Yeah, the blue paper, man. You won't be. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know people don't like the navy pair, the SB navies. Yo, them joints is fire, bro. I freaking, I freaking love that pair. I know people don't like them. Whatever. Pair is fire, bro. I said these joints is looking good. I know I'm gonna take much. Joints is looking good. Put a brush down. I'll wipe down that patent leather, and that's it. That was an easy clean. Once again, get inside that air unit there. Dust seems to make its way up in there, and yeah, super clean kick. True swag. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's a super clean kick. I do security in these. I work armed security part time. I do security in these black cats. I wear these black cats to church. It's crazy. Like just a couple of years ago, I started wearing like colors because I've always been like wear a lot of black. I've naturally just always wore a lot of black, 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 black. And then I opened up to the colors. it's just a brush. Like I say, you don't take much to clean these up. See that? You don't take much. I still have pure money threes I haven't even put on foot yet. And even though it has not started snowing out here in Colorado yet, I kind of feel like I'm not even gonna say that because I ain't gonna lie, I do what I want. You know how they say you're not supposed to wear white past Labor Day. Look, I wear what I want. That's number one. Grown. But you know, to put on an all-white sneaker now probably wouldn't be the best move. But I don't really care about all that fashion stuff as far as can't wear white pants. I wear what I want. Alright, man, these are done. I don't think I need to do my nah, those are done. Oh, I can always clean up my cooked Jordan 2s. I'm gonna wipe those up real quick. And I give a little recap of what I cleaned up today. Now, alright. I'm gonna tell y'all something. For everybody who's tuned in, let me turn my camera around so you can see my face when I say this. Alright, number one, I don't want y'all cracking no jokes on my Jordan 2s. They're cooked, alright? Cooked. They look pretty bad, but they're so comfortable. So I have a couple of pairs of 2s. I work in this pair, so these are my work shoes, but they're bad. They cooked. So I just try to keep them clean. All right, that's enough. Yeah, I'm in Colorado. I did play some sports. I'm primarily in high school. I never went to college, and that was definitely by choice. I had some scholarships in college and whatnot. But never went to college. I started working at a very young age, and even though it's really nothing to brag about now, just to put into perspective, when I was 18 years old, when I graduated high school, I went to this private school called St. John's Prep. Apparently, they used the school to do like to shoot some films in and all that stuff. But I went to a private school out in Astoria, New York, and right out of high school when I was 18, I landed me a pretty good job. At the time, it was called Bell Atlantic. Now it's called Verizon. But I worked at the phone company, and I was making $40K a year at 18 years old, fresh out of high school. So simply put, when all of my friends was and don't get me wrong, I've definitely partied with homecomings and whatnot, Lincoln University, Morgan State. Yeah, I've been to quite a few colleges just to go party or whatever. But when all my friends are doing drugs and partying, I was making money, fresh out of high school. So, no, I'm not by it. So, Garden of the Guards and Garden of the Guards. That sounds like I'm from Boston or something. The Garden of the Guards. Garden of the Gods. They're up in Colorado Springs. I go up there from time to time. I have a few clients up in the Springs, so I found myself being up in the Springs. Just to put that into perspective, the Springs is about anywhere between like 70 to 75 miles away. So we're talking an hour and 10 minutes, But I actually have a video when I did my Jordan 1, the black and gold joints. When I made that video, I shot it at Garden of the Gods. It's a beautiful spot. It's a beautiful spot. A lot of wildlife. And even though I didn't post it on even though I didn't post it online, I was up in Colorado Springs, right by Garden of the Gods, because I have a client that literally moved up there in this multi-million-dollar home up there. And let me see if I can find that video. As I was leaving her house, there were three bears just walking right in the middle of the street. Let me see if I can find that video. The three bears. All right, hold up. All right. I'm just gonna. You know what? I wonder if it'll show better on this camera. Let's see. See if I can get that. Yeah, I think it'll look better on this camera. Hold up. If y'all can see that. And this is in Colorado Springs. My client lives literally, like, Garden of the Gods is like her backyard. Yeah, on this particular side of town, it's a high class, like an upper class neighborhood. They are not allowed to have fences or gates, as you can kind of tell that, and that's a residential area. Like, there's homes like tucked over there, but yeah, they're not allowed to have. So there is definitely wildlife. Let me tell you something. Being from New York, I was extremely, man, this is gonna sound so bad. I was extremely ignorant into wildlife. When I tell y'all, Mook, what up? When I tell you I was ignorant about wildlife, it was like really bad. So back in New York, I used to have I had a dog. I had a pit bull back in New York. Technically, I like to say I had two of them because at the time I would take care of my brother's dog. He'll get locked up from time to time, and I take care of his dog as well. So the most wildlife experience I'd probably say I had in New York is obviously cats and dogs, right? But back home you would have, like, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. When I first came out here to Colorado, this is back in like 2004. Number one, I'm not scared of dogs. I love dogs, right? I don't have any here because my wife has like allergies and she don't like animals at all. But I love dogs. So back in New York, man, you have like that neighborhood Rottweiler. It'd be like a random neighborhood Rottweiler, like a Rottie that don't bother nobody. You ain't scared of this dog or whatever the case is, right? Just be roaming around like a stray Rottweiler kind of deal, right? Or a stray pit bull or something like that. So you would have stray dogs back home. But I moved out here, and because I'm not scared of dogs, my little silly butt. On Mississippi and Buckley, those are the streets. There's a bowling alley over there. It used to be called AMF Aurora, now it's called Bolero, because Bolero purchased all of the AMF bowling alleys. Anyway, it's a bowling alley there, and right there by this bowling alley, they kind of have like a little retention pond. So it's just like a little retention pond. So I take a look. I just got done practicing or whatever, and I saw this dog down in the retention pond. So of course, me being, the way that I am, I don't know why I thought I was like Ace Ventura, I guess. But I wanted to return this dog back to his own, and it was a fairly big dog. So I walked down, and it was like drinking water, right, at the little retention pond over here. So I literally walked down, just sneak ahead. What up, fam? Good morning, fam. I walked down into this retention pond, and I get up on this thing like I'm talking, because I went to check the collar, see if it had a collar, and I can call the owner and be like, hey, I got your dog or whatever. My little silly behind, I walked down into this retention pond, and it's like the whole time I'm walking towards it, it's kind of backing up, right? Kind of growling at me and whatnot, gritting his teeth too on some like right? And here I am. Told y'all I love dogs, so I'm using a high pitched voice, and I'm like, "It's okay, boy. It's okay." So I'm using like a high pitch, right? I'm like, "It's okay. It's okay." As I'm walking closer, and I probably get as close as I am to this camera. So this to kind of show you the distance between my face and that camera. I can touch the camera. So I'm showing y'all how close I'm within arm's reach of this thing. And as I'm looking at it right in its face and it's gritting its teeth at me, I realize it's a coyote and it's not a dog. Yep, that's what happens when you stick city kids in places like Colorado. Yeah. So now, right, I know better not to turn around and run, right? I know I'm not going to outrun this thing. So now that I'm within arm's reach of this big coyote that I thought was somebody's dog, I use my same high pitched voice, right? And I was on my hands and knees. No, not hands and knees. I had my hands on my knees, so I'm kind of squatting down like this, like it's okay, boy, it's okay. And now that I'm like this close to it, and I'm realizing that it's a coyote, I use that same strategy, high pitched voice. It's okay. And I start backing up, and I never turned around on it. So I was like, it's okay. All right, boy. It's okay. All right. And I'm backing up like this, with my hands on my knees. That's what I meant. And I got away. I got away from this thing. He didn't attack me or nothing like that, but I didn't turn around and hightail it. But I'm sure this coyote is probably looking at me like, what are you doing all up in my face? So that's what happens when you stick a city kid out in Colorado, man. I didn't know nothing about wildlife out here. So, man, I done seen so much. I remember my first bear encounter. I used to be an IC for Amazon. I would use my moving trucks. The IC is an independent contractor. I used to move product for Amazon. And simply put, y'all know this, but Amazon is just such a big entity that they have everybody moving their product for them. So, I mean, you got DHL, FedEx, UPS, USPS, you name it. Amazon Flex, everybody is getting some of that Amazon money, right? That's how big they are. They got everybody working for them. Statistically speaking, they say 1/3 of Americans have either worked or currently work for Amazon. That's 33%. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's crazy to think that Amazon has already ran through 1/3 of America, because eventually you're going to run out of people to move your product. That's what's going to happen eventually. But I was up in this place called Indian Hills. It's a very small town. It's not too far west, if I can describe it, but it's somewhat less western, like that Littleton side of town out here, if you want to look at it that way. But anyway, I used to deliver to like a whole bunch of different post offices, and I was up in Indian Hills. This is the first time I had a bear encounter. Very first time. The girl that works over there, it's an older lady. Her name is Stephanie. Real cool chick. She drives a nice little Cadillac. But Indian Hills, and it's a very small town, small private community, or whatever the case is. And typically with small towns out here, the post office, they actually close. Outside of these small towns, the post office stays open 24/7. They're just not open to the public, but the post office is always open. It's just not open to the public. But in this particular small town, it actually closes because of how small it is. Anyway, I was doing my delivery, got the truck open, lift gate, taking the pallets off or whatever the case is. And I hear like some like tree branches like snapping, like some sticks breaking or whatever. So I flash my light towards the back of the post office, and I see this huge. I mean, this thing was massive. This big black bear. And I was so fascinated, by looking at this bear walking by. And it was just minding his business, right? It wasn't coming towards me and none of that. But it wasn't really that far away. And I wasn't even scared. That's the crazy part. Like, I wasn't scared of it. So Stephanie is like, she runs into the building and she got the door open. She's like, get in here right now. And I'm like, of course, me being me. I'm over here trying to get my phone out. I mean, like, nah, Steph, hold on. You see this thing? This thing is huge. I don't know, but that's me. I'm over here trying to get video footage of it. And watch this. It's not even because I'm one of these like young cats that want to capture everything and put it online. It was just like the experience of like, that was my first time seeing a bear. And even though this thing was massive, like, I wasn't even scared of this thing. Different story if it would have started like running towards me or whatever. And now, even though I'm older, I still got some wheels on me. I can still move, right? So I ain't really tripping that, on that part. But it was just the mere fact that was my first bear encounter. And I was like, yo, man, like I was, me being 6'3" and watching a bear walk by me, that's, if I took a guess, this thing could have been like, it was pretty big. I mean, this thing was probably like 5'8", 5'9", and this is on all fours walking by. So if this thing would have stood up, I mean, but I was like, I don't know, I was fascinated by it. I was just fascinated by it. And she was all scared and running, yelling at me, like, don't you ever be that close to a bear. And I'm like, all right, Karen, relax. I'm good. I'm all right. Des said I would have went straight to the store for underwear replacement. And once again, I mean, that I think that's natural, right? But let me say, I'm like I said, I'm not exaggerating the story. This bear looked at me and kept it pushing. You know what I mean? Like clearly it saw me, it was walking by behind the post office, and you know what I mean? And it didn't give me the time of the day, right? So it's not like it, even growled or made any type of aggressive motion. It really did. It was minding its business, and I was minding its business, I guess, as well, just checking it out, So if the story would have been any different, I'm sure I would have been right there with you, But clearly Stephanie was like, yeah, I ain't about that bear stuff. Let's close this door. And like, no lie, the bear kind of kept it pushing. She was scared to come back outside to receive the rest of the delivery. So I handled the rest of it, but I wasn't even worried about it at all. Like, I was on the back of the truck moving pallets off and putting it down into the post office. And she's like, is it gone? Do you see it out there? Look around. And I'm like, yeah, Steph, I don't hear it anymore. It's cool. One of those type of deals. I was like, I ain't really worried about it, but that's, once again, sticking a city kid out here to Colorado. I knew nothing. I literally knew nothing about like wildlife. I flat out, I just didn't. I just didn't. He said, oh, they will demolish a human here. You better go. Yeah. And that was kind of the vibe that I felt about these three bears that I just showed on video. Only because they were, Jasmine, what up? Oh, Jay Zaman, what's good? The mere fact that they were walking around in broad daylight and they were kind of traveling in a pack, like, I can tell they were hungry. That's the first thing. So them bears are hungry. So I'm pretty sure bears will, if they're hungry, if they need to eat, like all the rest of us. Here goes another funny thing too, because I was working, so I can tell in that video I was inside of a truck. But when I was up in Colorado Springs, so just a couple of weeks ago, when I saw those bears, probably about 3 weeks, no, about 2 weeks ago. But there was a bunch of deer. So in this community, one thing we do have, even in the community that I live in, there's deer kind of all over the place. And when I kind of got down to like the bottom of the hill that I was on, there was like 12 deer, just eating some grass lawn or whatever. And I pulled over in the truck, and I was like, "Yo, fellas, there's a couple of bears, up the road there. You might want to get going." And it was just funny because they were eating. Then they like picked their head up and they were like, and started moving along. And I was like, because I had one of my guys, his name is Evan. I was like, Evan was like, I don't know why, but I kind of felt like they understood what you were saying. One of them gave like a head nod. It was like, and he started moving, and I was like, fair enough. I just figured I'd help y'all out. Freaking hilarious. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody who tapped in today. I do have work today. Thank God it's not an early move. It's actually my customer want me there at 2 o'clock, so I got some time to kind of chill. But man, it feels good to be back. I've been gone for the past couple of days. I haven't been on probably since like Saturday. So shout out to everybody who's tapped in. I appreciate everybody who hit that like button. Make sure you'll go show some love to my guy Jay Elevate. My guy is monetized, and it appears that since his monetization, kind of like viewership went down for him. So we were kind of talking on the phone a little bit earlier. Just kind of keep my guy motivated. Let me say that again, because it's not like he's losing motivation, but I can see how it's discouraging, when you work so hard for something and then it almost seems as if like YouTube is rewarding you by making it even harder, which is crazy to me. But the reason why I've been grinding it out as much as I have been is because y'all know that I am on a road to monetization. So you have to get 4,000 watch time hours within a 1 year time frame. Right now I am at 3,200 hours. Let me check that, because it changes on the daily. But what makes monetization so difficult? Good looking out with the subscribers too. I gained a couple of subscribers from being live just now, so I just tell y'all I appreciate you. Right now I'm at 3,393, so I'm almost at 3,400 hours. But here goes the tricky part about monetization. Once you monetize, you're good. I think you got to make like 3 videos a month in order to keep that status, but that's easy. But just to simply put it, like today, what's today's date? The 15th. So let's say on October 15th, I don't even have to make it up because I have it written down. All right. So on October 15th of 2024, I gained 22.8 hours. So what that means is on today's date, I just told y'all I have 3,393 hours. I'm about to lose 22.8 hours because this time last year I gained 22 hours on this day. So now today I lose it. This is what makes monetization so difficult, because unless you match, which is to break even, or go above it, it's kind of hard to gain hours, especially if you performed, pretty good. So you lose hours every day. You lose hours, but the good news is every day you gain hours. But this is what makes monetization so difficult. So generally speaking, right? Just generally speaking, since September 9th, September 4th, I've been going live almost every day in order to counter my fall off that I experienced. Anyway, I say all of that to say, now that Jay Elevate's monetized, like his long form video viewership has dropped, right? It's almost like YouTube's not pushing his content as much as they used to. And that'll be discouraging for me as well, because I'm not putting in all of this work just for YouTube to make it harder. But it's not just on him. It's not just him. And I told him that, man. Just viewership in general is down. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I don't have anything else to clean. But let me show you what I cleaned today. Let me go over. Oh, I still didn't do the tools. Let me knock out these tools real quick, since I got my wet brushes here. Told y'all these are, look at these, cooked. Let's clean them up though. I'll wipe them down real quick. I'm actually gonna wear these today for my job. You knock this out real quick. I'm not even gonna go crazy on it, because the job that I got today is gonna be up in Littleton, and I'm gonna be in this customer's backyard, so these are gonna get dirty again really fast. I usually don't put the medium, this hard bristle brush. I usually don't put it on leather. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't care about these shoes in any way, shape, or form, so I'm gonna do it just to clean them. All right. See paint chipping on the back there, but they clean. Ryan in the bill. What up, Ryan? What's good with you? All right, let's clean the next one up. Same thing. I'm gonna put the hard bristle brush on the uppers. I ain't tripping. All right. Choice is not looking bad at all. Let's say they cooked, but they clean. Let me tell you something. Twos are to me, if you like twos, man, twos are so comfortable. I have a lot of kicks that I work in, like I do, like my flu games. Let me tell you something. I picked those flu games up this year, and the pair that I already have is already cooked because they are so comfortable. 12s are comfortable. There's a lot of shoes that's pretty comfortable for me, but I wear the mess out of these twos right here. All right, let me show you what I cleaned up today. We cleaned up some Jordan 2s. Pine Green SB4s. I'm gonna make a video about this. Let me grab my pair real quick. I'm gonna make a video about this. Make a long form video. At first, I was kind of clowning Nike. I ain't gonna lie, I was clowning Nike, and I don't remember who I watched, but I watched somebody else's video that had talked about. He didn't point out all the differences, but he pointed out how the gum bottom was different, between these pine greens and the navies. So let me point out 4 differences that I've noticed. Don't mind the laces in there. I pulled the laces out from the Rare Air. I think those are from the Rare Air ones. I don't remember, but I just threw them in there. The laces are a little off, but don't worry about laces. But man, I need to clean these joints actually. Now that I'm looking at it on camera, I need to clean them. But if you take a look at the gum bottoms right here, you can see a difference in the gum bottom. You see how the gum bottom is lighter here versus here. And so at first I was kind of clowning Nike because I was like, how do you give us the same exact shoe? You give us an SB in 2 different colorways. Well, same, different colorway or whatever. But then it's 2 different colors. So this camera doesn't really represent it too well as far as like the lighting. But this right here, you can kind of see it better. This right here is white. You see that white? This is white. This is white right here, but this is not white. It's not white. I don't know, maybe it's eggshell, off whitish, cream, I don't know, whatever it is, but it's not white. It's definitely not white. So I was like, how do you give us 2 different shoes? Like, it's supposed to be the same shoe. One is supposed to be green, the other one is supposed to be blue. You done gave us different gum bottoms on here. You done gave us different colors on here. You done gave us different materials right here. This is different. This material is different than this one. Like I said, now that I got the light on this, I really need to clean that up. But y'all done give us different materials, and I talked about this earlier. This is the dope part though. Let me move back a little bit. The heel tab. Let me tell you something. I be going in on these heel tabs, right? Because some of these heel tabs are like ridiculously like rough. I call it the swamp water 4s. Those are the craft olives, right? The Jordan 4 craft. Let me grab those real quick. The new name is the Poor Man Undefeateds, right? Let me show you something. I'm gonna leave the shoe there just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. The heel tab on this thing is so tough. Like you can cut your next meal with it. So if you take a look here, you see how I'm literally picking up the shoe just by flexing the heel tab. You see that? That's all heel tab. Look at that. That's how tough this is. Look at this. So this is like that plastic heel tab. I like the shoe. There's no doubt about it. I like the shoe. But goodness gracious. The heel tab on these navies, the pine greens, you know, this the OG, the original right here. This right here is soft all by itself. You'll see the way I'm flexing that. The heel tab on here is even softer. I mean, man, when I tell you they did it, if you look at this thing here, look, slept on shoe. A lot of people didn't like these. And a lot of people, let me take that back. A lot of people do like these. The resellers don't like them because these aren't holding the same value as these. And because this isn't holding the same value, these are automatic bricks and these not, right? That's let's just call a spade a spade. So I'm not even gonna sit here and downplay the shoe and like a lot of people that hate them. A lot of people do like them. I like them, and I got them. I doubled up. Did I double up? Nope, I got a triple up on these. That's crazy. Because when they did that whole Eric Costin, that whole deal, I copped another pair on these retail. Yeah, not a bad shoe. Not a bad shoe at all. I thought I had cleaned these up, but I didn't. There's all types of gunk in there actually. That nasty. I'm looking inside that Nike right there. There's all types of gunk up in there. Oh well, now I got something to clean the next time I go live. I could work on that anyway. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna make a video about this because the whole purpose of it was, at first I was kind of talking bad about Nike, and I was like, man, how dare you give us two different shoes when it's supposed to be the same thing? This is an SB4. They should have given us the same color, same everything. And then I had this realization, like I said, I really got this from a different YouTuber. Even though it doesn't have the same resale value, I can appreciate the fact that Nike switched it up a little bit to give the Navy its own, like, to let it stand on its own 2 feet. So instead of someone saying Nike got lazy, all they did was just give us the same exact shoe in blue versus green. That's not necessarily true, actually. They've made some changes on it just so that it can stand out on its own. Patent leather Bred Jordan 1 lows on Nike app right now. Yeah, I passed on the lows. Patent leather Bred Jordan 1. Wait, hold on, my bad. I was thinking about Bred 11s. My fault, Ty. Let me see what you're talking about. Patent leather Jordan 1 Bred lows. Yeah, let me take a peek at that. My bad. I was thinking about Bred 11 lows. Let's see. See, they got some golfs on there. Woman low. Obsidian. Where's that at, Ty? I'm not seeing it. Well, I'm not seeing it underneath. Let me try somewhere else. Let me see. Let me shop all and go all shoes. Lows. Let me try there. See, I got distracted. I'm looking at this, what is this? Jordan CMFT era, the comfort era. Looks like a low. Some sort of like green. Yeah, medium olive. Baruch brown, black, gym red, medium olive. I don't know why I like the way that looks for some weird reason. Not bad for 120 bucks. Alright, my bad. Had a little squirrel moment. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing that, Tyler. I'm not seeing that. Where are you seeing this patent leather one low? Where are you seeing this at? It's in a Nike app. Hmm. Yo, these what do you guys feel about these? Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Them, them. I'm trying to find these joints. Hold on, let me share my screen. Maybe I should share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Maybe I should start right there. All right, here we go. Take those kicks off. Let me try to find it real quick. Boy, when are these joints dropping? October 25th. All right. April 26th. Wait, hold on. Where am I at? I'm 26 right now. Women's workwear. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about those. I think I'm a little bit too far in. All right, we should be. There we go. How do you feel about these? Like, there's a. Maybe it's the green, but I'm really feeling these joints. I think they're gonna sit. I truly think they're gonna sit. But I'm actually really liking these joints right here. This is what I wanted to pull up. I'm actually feeling these joints right here. I'll break up. There's a lot of green here. I love the color green, dude. Blacks and yellows and greens and yellows and all that. Like purples. I like these colors. But there's just a lot of green here. We got green, 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 green laces, green eyelets, green tongue, green. So I would definitely break up that color, by changing out the laces. But I actually like the way this looks. I was cracking a joke talking about putting some pink laces in here, and I will call these the Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggies. I like this joint. The undefeated threes. Craft all those threes. And I find it unique that we have a red Nike Air on the inside. We have a white Nike Air on the back, but then on the outsole we have an orange pod. Yeah, I like that. With the gum bottom on the outside. I think that was a nice touch. Sorry, so there goes that orange pod I was talking about. What do we have on the? Is it green on the tongue? Yeah, black. Well, hard to tell. I don't know if that's a dark green or if that's a black. I'm not really sure. Might be black. I did kind of find it a little odd at the fact that we have an orange pod on the outside, and then we have a red Nike Air on the inside. Sometimes I'll be like, sometimes I like it, and then other times I'll be like, do we really have to put 5 different colors on one shoe? Sometimes I do be thinking that. So we have white, black, green, red, and orange, and a gum bottom. So technically, we got 6 different colors on one shoe. And sometimes I'll be thinking, like, is that necessary? Do we need all that? Or I don't know if it's just me. Maybe sometimes I'll be bugging, but I'll be like, do we need all these colors on like one shoe? I mean, it looks good. I like it. I like the shoe. I'm not even dissing it. Like, I like the shoe, but I'll be thinking about that. Like, do we need 6 colors on here? Oh, maybe it's just me. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and take me a little break, man. I got work today, a little bit later on today and whatnot. I'll be back on a little bit later on, and I'll clean up these joints right here and outside of. I'm pointing to them like you can see them, huh? I'll clean up these joints a little bit later on today when I'm done with work. I'll be on probably like tonight or something like that. Then I'm probably just gonna kick it with y'all, man. Do like a little Q&A, man. If anybody want to come up on a panel with me later, man, just come kick it. You can. I'm on that road to monetization once again. Shout out to everybody who tapped into the channel. I appreciate all of the support, man. It's needed. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, it's needed. It is needed. It's always love in this end. Catch us at one pair at a time. Me and my guy Purple Haze, Lewis Radio Kicks 26, and Jay Elevate. My boy Jay. Saturday morning, 9 o'clock Eastern time. We be on here as a unit. Other than that, man, y'all have a good day. Have a blessed day, man, and have some fun. Hug and kiss your loved ones, man. Tell somebody you love them today. Give somebody a good, genuine compliment. A random person. Compliment somebody. Let's put some good energy out there. Love you guys, man. I'm out. Reality.